It's the season for spooks, and all through the studio, it wasn't quiet at all. Is there's an annual Halloween party, and the studio kind of goes off on it. Um, Hello everybody, and welcome to another Tiny Toonkind D&D cult special. This one is called Junior's Halloween Adventure. Uh, you'll soon learn why it's called that. Um, so Angst rating T for Chinese, but low. Shenanegans rating, yes. I am your DM for today, Traditional Preference, also known as Trad. And if all of my players would please introduce themselves top to bottom.
Hello, I'm Radda, and I'm gonna be playing Xorblee, the random real kind alien who's still stuck in this cult area for some reason, and yeah, he's just kind of dealing with it at this point.
Oh, hello, that's me. Hi, I'm Extraterrestrial, otherwise known as Doc, and I will be playing Brewery Bitsy Spider. Uh, they don't know what Halloween is.
Hi. My name is Magic. Today I am playing a real kind bird, who's named Croak. They also don't know what Halloween is, but they heard they got to dress up in a fancy outfit, so they put it's the tiny equivalent of having like a mummy costume. They put they put like the low budget toilet paper ones though. It's just a bunch of like straw wrappers. Anyway.
Hi, my name is Yuni. Um, I'm playing Larry. Yes, that's right, man himself.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Indeed. Um, yeah, he doesn't know what's about to happen, but it's gonna be a time.
Yes. Um, yeah, and as I said, it's me again, Traditional Preference, your DM. But I've also got a DM NPC for today. I've got Scribble Interabang. She's funky, funky little storyteller.
Gee.
Yeah, dang, Errol will be so sad that he missed this really cool thing we're gonna do.
Oh,
Yeah,
Darn.
I'm
Poor
sure he'll be
Errol.
really upset that he got left out.
It's all right. They'll tell him all about it when he gets back. It's gonna be a talk of the town.
the story will be incredible.
Yeah. Scribbles here. There's gonna be books. All right. So we're gonna start off with a quick little montage. Where my tiny players probably mostly at Xorblee's very wise suggestion. Knowing Xorblee, happening to know what Halloween is, decided, we could get candy with this thing.
Yeah, I mean, we've got an entire mech to disguise ourselves amongst the bigs. We've got, Halloween, everybody's distracted. I think it's the perfect opportunities for us to go and obtain some candy for ourselves.
Yeah, it's a fantastic plan.
Oh, wonderful.
Nothing can go wrong. So, somehow, because I'm not gonna try, and we've already got enough logistical nightmares to deal with, somehow you get Zorblee's can inside of a storage
Look,
for Larry Jr.
it works. It's fine. He's got them. He's got enough cord length on his microphone for it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Um, so you all pile into uh well, yes, Larry Jr., as we said. You'll see who that is pretty soon. Everyone piles into Larry Jr. Would you Yep, that's um who is in what position on this mech? Uh
Um,
y-
I think
Brewery. Brewery has no idea where to go. Brewery is going wherever you need them to go.
Xorblee, I guess Xorblee is in charge of this operation at Brewery, and I assume Croak also has no idea what they're doing.
Nope.
Okay,
all.
yeah. In that case, Xorblee's gonna get behind the wheel and probably direct Brewery and Croak to the shoulders to start with.
I haven't been in Larry Jr. before, but I heard about how it works. Do you want me in one of the what do they call them, manipulators, Zorbly?
Oh, the hand areas? Yeah, that would actually be really helpful. Do we
Awesome.
know if Larry is left or right-handed? Does it matter?
Uh, uh,
Should we roll history?
I guess. 1 second. Let's. Whoop. That's the. I guess we're rolling history.
Yeah. Should we all roll history for this? Just in case somebody remembers.
Yeah, you can
I
if you
have a high
want.
mod, so
Gosh.
Croak doesn't
I'm an
understand what you're talking
intelligence
about.
caster. I am an intelligence caster. I have a mod of 5. Brewery knows.
For some reason, Brewery knows what handedness Larry is. Hey, Yuni! What's Larry's dominant hand?
That's a great question that I've definitely thought about before this precise moment. Let's say he's right-handed.
Alright, cool.
Okay, so Brewery is going to sign to the other other tunes and go, I think he's right-handed.
Okay, alright. So should I get in the right one or the left one?
Right.
Right.
My
Yeah,
right or your right?
Oh my god. There is audible
Zorblee's
buffering.
just uh Xorblee just kind of glances around. It's like, my right, I think.
Cool. On a 2, it's the right. Cool. It's the right. So everyone piles in, and I'm going to make another history. Nope.
Hmm.
So Scribble says, I think there's an elevator around here somewhere, but I don't know where it is, or we could take the stairs somehow.
Xorblee, like, I assume Xorblee got at least a little familiar, not familiar enough to know how to drive it yet. I still have to roll the in check, but
You do have to roll the in check.
familiar enough to know that Larry runs on wheels. And in his whole time driving the soda can car, stairs and wheels don't mix. So he's like, it's probably best if we look for the elevator. Let me figure out if I can get this thing started, and I'm gonna roll that intelligence check.
Mhm.
Here we go.
Oh dear.
Right.
Oh, no.
So if everyone wants to roll a quick survival, we'll just see how long this takes. We're kind of montaging. Oh, all right.
All right then.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh, Brewery.
Brewery. Oh,
Brewer.
Croak.
Croak.
Alright.
Croak's a bird.
Croak's a bird.
Very cute bird.
So it's definitely very janky movement. There's kind of a lot of like stopping and starting and turning and starting and turning and stopping, and
It's definitely a lot less intuitive than driving the soda can.
Yes, you're driving a mech. It's a little bit less intuitive than your soda can. You're very high off the ground. But you do make it to the elevator, kind of an unused elevator lobby. Not many folks come down here through the elevator, anyway. But you know, you hit you someone climbs out and hits the button. Or yeah, someone climbs out and hits the button because I want to get us upstairs. um
I was about to say,
and
now's a fancy new time to use what the module is.
it would I have a tutorial set up already, don't worry.
Okay.
um and the elevator doors open with a ding, and it is quite a party happening. There are penguins, there are owls, there are guests. Everyone's in costumes. There's
Oh boy.
lights. There's decorations. A lot of confetti. A decent bit of glitter. Um, it is a very fun time. Someone's mixing up like spooky tracks, um, and sick beats, uh, all throughout the studio. Um, Hi, Larry.
I
This is a work event for you.
is Larry has almost certainly just like been forced into this.
You went to the last one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, are you looking around at all? Are you hanging around the edges, or have you been roped into something or other? Do you think?
He's probably I imagine that Larry is like at one of the stands where people can go get candy and he's just sitting with a bowl that someone will come up and mad candy and drop one into their little butt. Happy Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And for the record,
Yeah,
very high effort Halloween costume.
it's the best. It's beautiful. Looks fantastic. Uh, So, yeah, as you are sitting here, and uh, you are, holding a, bucket of candy. There's a couple other stations around you that, various owls and penguins and stuff are manning as well. And for Larry Jr., I will address you as a collective from here on out for the most part. Larry Jr., you see a sign as you exit the elevator, kind of stopping and starting and uh, just moving a little janky. It's fine. It's spooky time. Um, you see a sign and a big arrow that points candy this way.
Can you have it?
Xorblee, I just want to say Xorblee is absolutely reveling in the party atmosphere because holy shit, this has been one of his dreams the entire time.
Incredible.
He's like, oh, finally getting to integrate a little bit into big culture, even if it's through unorthodox means. He's just like, ah, yes. Even if it is still a bit jank. So he's like, he is grinning wide as he starts driving towards the candy go here sign. I'm gonna roll that intelligence check again to see if he drives better.
All right. A little bit.
Yeah,
A little bit.
mildly.
Slightly better.
Not worse.
You can turn. You can turn without having to stop now. So that's cool. So you follow this arrow, and it's an arrow. It runs along the wall, and then it runs down the wall and across the floor and up and over. Are you following it? I'm imagining you're kind of following it like one of those mail robots, that like follow the line basically.
Uh, Pretty much.
So you you keep traveling along this line, like, this really interesting arrow, and you drive up to a booth, and do you want to make me a perception check, Xorblee?
Yeah, will do.
A
Hey!
21.
Xorblee perceives.
Xorblee perceives. Xorblee, with a 21, you realize that there are other candy stalls around here, but this arrow is leading you to a very specific one.
Well, what better place to start than the place they told us to go to, eh?
All right,
He doesn't know what the order of operations is around here. He just wants candy.
fantastic. So you continue on your chosen path?
Yeah.
All right. As you continue following along this line, you get to the end of it, and you find a great big X on the floor. And you pause there for a moment before splat! Out of nowhere, a cream pie comes and slams on on the mask of the mech that you are driving currently.
Oh, snap.
And you hear, I got another one. I got another one. Oh, great, good. Oh, it was such a good sport. And there's there's a penguin, trundling towards you, and it's like, oh, good. You should see the look on your, well, someone should see the look on your face. I'm sure it's great. Here you go, buddy. And the owl casts prestidigitation and cleans up the cream pie from
Thank
all
goodness we don't
over.
have to wipe it off of our face.
Yeah.
Cleans up the cream pie from all over Legion. It's like, you're looking great. I didn't see you come in. Were you doing like last minute things on your costumes? It looks fantastic. It's incredible. You oh, I know this one. You're the props guy, right? You're what's his name? Barry or Harry. I don't know. Great guy. Fantastic costume. They're gonna love you. You look fabulous. Here you go for being such a good sport. Go out and get yourself some more candy. Oh, can you do candy? Do you want candy, or do you want a toy?
Xorblee just kind of increases the gain on his microphone a little and is like, yeah, we can do candy. Candy's good.
I'm gonna roll me a performance.
Oh.
See how well this works. 9.
Oh,
He's like,
no.
candy? What about candy? Can you do candy, or can you not do candy?
Yes, we can have. I can have candy. I can have candy.
You're gonna have to speak up a little bit, kid. It's really loud out here.
Xorblee starts increasing the gain on the microphone again. I said we can do candy. I can eat candy. We're good. I can have candy.
It's a little bit too loud there, but I heard you loud and clear, kid. All right, candy for you. And he reaches into a bag and pulls out a packet of candy and hands it out for you to grab.
All right. Did we decide on who's in the right shoulder or who's in the left shoulder?
Doc, what is your strength modifier?
-1.
Same.
Boy.
Which one do you want us to roll?
Um,
Draw. Pick one.
you know what? I'll take the L. I'll take the L. let me
Let's go,
Take
Brewery.
the
roll
L
this.
for Larry.
Roll
It's
a strength to move the
it's-
arms.
Here we go.
Oh no!
So
Wait,
That's an
Trad,
8.
Trad,
yeah,
I have to ask, is it possible for us to both do the right arm to give advantage on this roll?
you can use the help action. If you would like, yeah.
Sure. We'll use the help action.
Please.
So the arm kind of like it like picks up a little bit and it flops back down.
You can roll again with the help action.
All right.
And it's like a weird grinding noise. Hey, hey, Larry.
Okay.
Uh, you see something. You see something kind of following this arrow that you have recognized by now leads to a stall of a fellow candy connoisseur who is quite fond of pranks. Um, would you like to roll me a perception or investigation?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can't believe
Yeah.
this is happening.
Oh, bless.
You don't see shit. He had no idea what's going on.
Yeah. You see a flash of color, and it's this child, possibly maybe one of the penguins. It's very short. Their sleeves are very long. Uh, um. Anyway, hey, shoulders. You want to try again?
Sure, I'll try again.
Like,
Do you want me to roll?
We
you
have
doing
the
all
same
right there,
strength
kid?
modifier.
I know, maybe the luck is different.
You know what? That's fine. Go ahead, Magic.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Nice.
The luck is different.
All right. Croak ushers Brewery out the way and pulls on a pulley. And there's a quiet little well. As the arm moves up, and
You get
um,
a golf clap from Brewery.
incredible. And Scribble is like, all right. The sleeve the sleeve just kind of pulls back, like retracts along the arm. um and um dun 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 dun, where is dun 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 dun, where is
God, this is amazing.
and the bag of the little tin of mints that the penguin was holding disappears into the sleeve and clatters into the storage into the belly of the junior. Uh,
Oh my
he's-
god.
it's like that's I'm gonna be honest, that's not what I was expecting, but I guess that does answer my question about where your candy pail was.
Yep, I don't need one of those. It's fine.
What? You're gonna have to. Sorry, I still can't hear you really well. I'm usually on the sound team. It doesn't. I sometimes I forget to wear my earplugs. Anyway, it's good seeing you, kid. You go and have fun. You get yourself some more candy. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. See you later, kid. And you guys have one packet of minor illusion mints, which
Yeah.
Nice.
which are some mints that allow you to cast a spell, minor illusion.
Hey,
Croak
who
would like
knew?
to hold up a
Yeah.
hand to high five Brewery.
You can just
Brewery high fives.
let you guys know, you can use these items that you these pieces of candy and stuff that you get during the game at any point during the game, or you can save them and stuff that you have, or it can be stuff that you have later. Um,
Item get.
item game,
Get.
item game, item get. Um, all right. So are you guys going to move on to other candy stalls?
I mean, yeah, Xorblee's like, okay, yeah, that was pretty successful. That seems easy. Let's keep going. And
All
he's
right.
like, while he's driving, I'm gonna roll again for driving, but also while he's driving, he's gonna turn to Croak and Brewery and just give like the pilot thumbs up that you see like jet pilots give.
Croak raises
Brewery.
a hand.
See, it's still improving.
Brewery also thumbs up. I don't
All
know if they
right.
know what that means, but they're giving a thumbs up.
Incredible. Bless them.
Croak doesn't have thumbs.
Brewery does have thumbs, yes.
So with a bit of a smoother movement now, you drive along these particular candy spells, and hey Larry, you want to make a perception roll at advantage?
Well, sure.
We'll
Okay,
take.
so let's go with the 14
Let's go with the
instead of the
14.
3.
The 14 will definitely do it. You see a diminutive figure, kind of, walking? Question mark? I don't know. They're moving. They're moving. They're definitely moving along. Gathering candy from, stalls that, sort of are around in this little area. That certainly looks like a costume of you.
Okay.
That's almost certainly what that is.
So, like, Larry has had to already adjust to the sight of Darth Brower costumes happening. That was weird enough already. This is a lot.
Mhm.
He's having a lot of trouble figuring out what kind of kid would want that.
Um. So as uh, Larry Jr., as you roll around, you get some. I'd say you get like 2 or 3 other pieces of candy. Uh, Roop. And you get 1 soda drop and 2 spider taffies. The spider taffies will give you advantage on your next dex-based roll, but only on dex-based rolls. And the soda drops turn any point of liquid into a non-magical soda. And you guys keep trundling along before you reach the stall of a very tall ghost.
Oh,
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
uh, Xorblee kind of like rolls up to it and like rolls up to them. Um, does Xorblee have any like control over like the head mechanism in Larry Jr., or is that just kind of stuck at where it is?
Uh, the head would not turn unless you wanted to. Um, I don't think the head would turn. I think that would be the pintle. Uh, I don't think the mask turns.
Okay.
Yeah,
In that case,
the mask part of the head does not turn. Don't worry about
Xorblee's
it.
just gonna keep doing what's been working so far, and be like, "Hey, look, can I have some candy, please?"
Roll another performance.
He's
Okay,
getting better
21.
at this. He's getting better at this. He's integrating into big society faster and faster.
Proud of you, bud.
Wonderful.
You hear loud and clear. This very tiny child staring up at you with your mask. I asked for some candy from you.
Uh-huh. He drops a sour lemon candy into, I guess, their sleeve.
Is Larry Jr. Going to put up their arm?
Yeah,
Doc, would you like? Should
I'll
we
try
both
again.
roll? Should we both roll because we're both in the arm? Just both-
I don't know. Should we?
One of you
both-
roll and then help action if it's bad.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright. Help action.
please, please take advantage on this roll.
You see the arm of the diminutive figure in front of you kind of go as if to move up and then falls back down. And it goes as if to move up. And it kind of stays up. It's wobbling a little bit. You're not sure how long it's going to stay up.
He at first just like puts it on where the hand should be in the sleeve. This is
The
Beginning to think Brewery shouldn't roll.
the on top of the sleeve, it sort of looks like it gets like pinched. And where is? And that's a nat 20, and it like
Oh my god.
it looks like it gets kind of like shoved off of the top of the arm, and then falls like down the front of the sleeve. And when it gets to the hole in the sleeve, it's like snatched up.
Why am I imagining like that one like image of like a cat doing the coin trick where it's like the pink coin is on top of its paw and then just slaps it down underneath?
Yeah, pretty much something like that. Yeah. And the candy
Larry is
candy
staring with
disappears.
fascination and confusion. He goes, that's that sure is a costume. Why is that your costume?"
Xorblee at the microphone, realizing he is one of the the least into the actual cult shenanigans among the cult tinies, like, uh-oh. So he's like trying to think about it. Actually, I'm gonna do a roll to like, I'm gonna do a performance roll again just to see if he can like come up with something good here.
Okay.
Okay, that's decently good. Well, I've seen a lot of his like the movies that he's played in, and a lot of the roles he's played are really cool. So I felt like, why not try it out? It's a really simple costume too. I just need like the hoodie and the mask, and it's pretty much done. So I figured,
Hey,
why
roll
not?
performance.
Another one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It is barely audible. Larry, you hear some sort of like, you think it's talking? You think it's talking to you? But it's
Oh.
also very low to the ground and you are very high up.
And he goes, "Oh, don't worry about it, kid. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. He still feels very weird about this. He looks around and is like, "Are your parents here?" And he's looking around to see if like there's an adult attached to this child somewhere nearby.
From what you've seen, there's been no adult attached to this child at all.
To be fair, this is Toonkind. There are many children without adults attached. This shouldn't be normal.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Does any member of Larry Jr. Try to respond? Radda, are you telling any of the other Larry Jr. constituents about things people are saying, or are you just responding to them yourself?
So far, he's just been responding to them himself, mostly because, well, everybody else is so big. He's just been assuming that they've been audible to everybody in the mech. He didn't realize this thing had soundproofing.
I mean, there's a lot of fabric.
There
I
is.
would have Brewery say something, but Brewery is mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brewery's mute. Croak is Croak. Scribble's really the most well-spoken out of us besides Xorblee.
She's in the hand.
Yeah. So I think we just want to leave this to Xorblee.
Yeah. Like as a note, you guys can change positions at any time, and anyone inside the mech, if you guys want to hear what people are saying outside, it would be a perception check.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, this tall ghost.
I am also rolling a perception check. Where is my perception? Oh, it's only a +2.
Oh, are we rolling perception or?
You don't have to roll perception because you are driving.
There's my luck.
There you guys go.
High five, you, Doc.
Okay.
We are in sync.
Yeah.
Oh.
Scribble doesn't hear anything. But yeah, you guys hear this tall. You guys hear a figure ask you if there's an adult around.
From inside the mech, Xorblee, if you look behind you, Croak kind of just motions in your direction. That is our adult.
Brewery also motions in that direction.
I'm gonna roll
Brewery's a child.
So, are you guys asking? Wait, hang on. Are you asking Xorblee to come up with it, or were you like pointing
No.
somewhere?
We're pointing out that
Xorblee is the adult in the group.
Oh,
Yeah.
Xorblee just kind of deadpans a little and turns back in the pilot's seat and is like, my parental figure is out in the lobby, so I got permission to be here on my own.
Okay. Am I able to hear it?
Let's see.
Yeah.
I think that works.
Okay. Cool. You really could have just done a Darth Brewer costume, but all right. I guess I'm gonna have Larry make a check.
Oh.
Yeah. This might be the point where he's like, wait, is that hoodie like actually wait a second.
So what was that? Was that an investigation, Yuni?
It was a perception.
Was the perception? Oh, it was a 17. With a 17, hey, yeah, Larry, this hoodie noticeably isn't styled after the one that you are currently wearing. It's styled actually after the one that you were originally wearing when you came to the studio. You know, there's a lot of really great attention to detail. There's kind of like the wear in some of the spots where it was on your old hoodie. There's hey, is that the seam across the middle from when you got hit that one? This is an incredibly uh authentic version of that hoodie of yours that you haven't been able to find since you took it off, really.
Yeah, he's been kind of wondering where like things get lost in the prop storage all the time. That's why he's been making a bit of an effort to organize things, but he was like, "Oh, well, I'm sure it'll turn up at some point." And it
Hey, it
appears
turned
to have
up.
turned up on this child.
Uh, hey, child, are you sticking around? Are you
Um,
gonna go get more candy?
At this point, it doesn't seem like Larry is saying much else, or the ghost, I'm sorry, is saying much
Of
else.
course, yeah, the
So,
ghost.
Xorblee's just being like, thank you for the candy, and he's gonna start driving off to the next one.
Right? Uh,
Does Larry say anything?
I'm gonna
He's
do a driving check too.
yep, do a driving check.
do
14.
that.
It almost you see the mech, not mech, you see this child, question mark, almost run into a person, but like stop really quickly before they hit the individual, and then keep driving, not, I mean, walking, sorry, like people do with legs.
Right, yeah, definitely.
Can't drive. What
Trundles
are you talking
away.
about?
Trundles away. Uh,
And he's going to like stare after it for a second before he flags down like one of the other penguins and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna take my lunch. Can you cover for me?" And
of
he needs
course,
to
of
like,
course.
yeah, thanks. And he's going to sort of trail after this child.
Uh-huh.
Boy,
Uh,
here we go.
I doubt Larry Jr. has rear view mirrors.
no. There is, you can see forward.
Yeah, no rear view mirrors.
Uh,
Hang on, I'm gonna roll Xorblee's perception to
Think
see if
so.
he actually notices anything. Does does anything seem off?
yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people walking around. You think someone might be walking behind you, but you wouldn't be able to see unless you turned around.
to be fair, it's probably just somebody, milling
Yeah.
about the stalls as well. Maybe it's just somebody who was in line behind him and was
Yeah.
going for their candy next. So, don't want to take up too much time. He's gonna keep going to the next stall.
Cool. So you guys get to the next stall, and you've kind of moved on past the purely candy stalls now. And you keep going, and you get to one stall that promises there's a sign that says candy for the brave, and there is like uh like one of those pop-up like haunted house sort of like walk through areas, um and there's there's an owl and a penguin at the front, and there's like, oh, are you do you wanna, hey kid, step right up, come on in, do you wanna get a whole bunch of cool candy? Well, you gotta go through here first, and if you get through without being spooked, you'll get a whole bunch of really cool candy, and if you just get through it, that's great too, you'll still get candy, it's a win-win situation. It's like, yeah, um, yeah, it can be a little scary, but I think you can do it. Um, says the
Zorb
Allen's like, yeah, yeah, hey, um, the uh the owl, it's like, y'all going in?
Xorblee is absolutely grinning like, yes, he wants to do this, but at the same time he has enough respect to like glance around at like the other operators of the mech. It's like, Hey, you guys good with spooks? Just making sure, everybody's aware of potential spook warnings.
Hold on. I don't know if Brewery knows what a spooky thing is.
Oh no.
Because Brewery's been alive for like less than a year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Magic, what was that?
An intelligence to know what the word spooky is. Croak does
Oh,
not.
I guess I could do that too.
You get a plain stare from the bird.
Okay, maybe Brewery does know what spooky things are.
Hey,
I-
Radda.
Yes?
Does Xorblee know Toon sign language?
No, I don't believe so.
Alright, cool. So how do you guys respond?
Brewery is nodding yes.
Croak?
Croak,
But that's
Croak,
it.
Croak is just staring at you.
uh,
Is something
know,
going on?
um,
Why do we stop?
Xorblee is like, oh goodness, yeah, I think I can handle it. And he's just gonna go forward because it's like, oh gosh, he's holding up a line. Probably he doesn't know.
What? So,
I'm just
Larry, you see a small figure in front of you just stand still for a weirdly long pause before, and the owl looks up at you. Are they okay with spooks? Do you think? I mean, you guys can go in together, so that way, you guys don't get too scared. So yeah, you two both go in together and you can keep an eye on them.
Yeah, sure. I'll chaperone.
Awesome. So you going in, kid. You going in, kid, and taller kid, guardian. I don't know. You guys going in?
uh hang on, I'm rolling another performance to see if Xorblee's volume is good.
Yeah.
Yes. And he's gonna start driving in. Not even hang on, I'm doing I'm gonna do a perception check. I wanna see if he even realizes that someone is chaperoning them. Okay, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay, there was definitely a voice behind them, and it seems like they're going in with someone else. I don't know if Xorblee would be able to identify who it is, although to be fair, Larry has a fairly distinct voice.
not
Well,
without
if that
turning
was
around.
the case, then you'd have probably picked it up sooner.
True. So yeah, we've
Yeah.
got a free chaperone.
It's free chaperone.
It's free chaperone.
So you hear a second sound of footsteps, which is definitely something that you have. Footsteps for feet. That follow you in to the spook room. As they drop the curtain behind you, and you can faintly hear the penguin giving the same spiel to people on the other side, but there's spooky lights and fog and
Should I make another driving check?
uh because it's funny, yes. All right.
Still a bit herky jerky, but at the same time, it's like yeah,
Yeah.
that's just how it is at this point.
Larry, maybe the small figure is a little nervous. They kind of spurt forward and slow down, and they're moving forward, but it's a little weird. Um so I am going to make a roll. Everybody, Xorblee, Xorblee and Larry, would you like to make me a wisdom save, please?
Cool.
Xorblee and alright. Oh. Oh boy.
Uh, so as you guys are walking through this haunted house, there's a bunch of little little spooky things and some spooky noises and uh there you round a corner and from uh before you get down the end of the hallway, um the lights, because you're in sort of like a corridor type area, the lights flicker, um and right in front of you uh materializes almost from thin air, um a uh a figure just standing there in the middle of the hallway right in front of you. Uh, and as the lights
Oh.
flicker on and flicker off with the crack of thunder, this figure materializes in front of you, and you barely have time to breathe before the lights flicker off again and they've disappeared.
Xorblee. Sometimes Xorblee forgets just how clever Toon gags can be, and so he gets legitimately spooked. It's like, a peck. And like even though he's still gotten like a relatively decent score on the driving, I think he like accidentally sort of steers left and right a lot, so it seems like Larry Jr. is just wobbling from side to side.
I hope you know that when Xorblee says peck, Brewery gives them a look.
So he just kind of sweats a bit, like, whoops.
Croak would like to walk up to Xorblee and just pat them on the face to sort of try calming them down.
I mean, to be fair, it probably works. You know, just so at this point, I think Xorblee and Croak are good enough friends that he's like, okay, yes, feathers in face, this is fine.
Yeah. So Larry, even with your hard-boiled barbarian self, that was a very impressive practical effect. And you were genuinely at least surprised by that. How are you doing?
Nice.
Yeah. The small figure in front of you seems to be having some technical difficulties. I mean, you know.
Yeah, sort of leans over them in a definitely not looming or creepy way and goes, "You all right, Squirt?"
Um, Xorblee.
You don't have to say anything. You can just like nod or shake your head.
Xorblee, hang on, checking volume again. Yeah, okay, yeah. Xorblee's like, I'm fine. It was a very good spook. It got me good.
Yeah, got me too.
That's good to hear. And then he just keeps going.
Gives
It's
them
like,
a little pat on the shoulder.
No.
Hey, roll a perception. As you pat this small child on the shoulder. I know, I'm sorry. I know it's your best stat, Larry. All right, a 13. 13. It's kind of a weird, like, bony shoulder. Maybe this isn't a penguin? Could be a tiny owl or something. I don't know.
Whatever it is, they definitely need the candy. Someone is not feeding this kid enough.
Yeah, yeah.
more candy, yes.
More candy for the child.
More candy.
So are you
For
guys going
the
to
definitely a child.
definitely one single
Certainly.
person?
Definitely. 100%. Yeah,
Don't
let's
worry
keep
about it.
going.
All right. So as
I will say Croak is now sitting next to Xorblee for moral support.
incredible. Um, All right. So
I
you
think Lara will go, well, if if you want to hold my hand, just say so.
does Larry Jr. want to hold this unknown figure's hand?
Xorblee kind of glances over to Brewery like, Xorblee doesn't know.
Like he
well-
just throws it out there and is continuing on. He is not waiting for an answer on this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me roll a perception to see if Brewery even heard that. Perception.
Croak, do you have any opinions on hand holding? I will say, Brewery, you did hear that.
Right.
I mean, Croak likes hand holding. It's
Are
fun.
you
Yeah.
are you nodding enthusiastically? Because you are
Maybe.
able to you are able to hear this.
Maybe. I think Xorblee knows by this point that Croak may not have the best of ideas at times. Croak
I
is
mean,
a solid, not great intelligence bird. But they do like hand holding. Hand holding is fun.
Brewery, are you gonna move the arm to handhold? You heard the question. Do you have an answer?
Brewery is going to sign to Xorblee. I don't know if I'm strong enough to do that.
I'm not strong enough.
Xorblee sweating, not quite understanding the hand moves. Hang on, I'm gonna do an intelligence check just to see if he can kind of like guess.
Fair.
Croak is nodding, Brewery.
I know.
Hmm. What's Brewery's facial expression at the moment? Is that like revealing anything, or is that just kind of
Concerned,
neutral?
but only a tiny bit concerned. That's it.
If you think you can do it, I think we can.
Brewery is going to attempt to move the arm.
Nope.
That's a big nope.
I don't think we're
No.
doing hand holding
It's
today.
almost a nat one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Uh. Larry, as you move on, you hear like a weird sound. You look back, but Larry Jr. hasn't moved.
Xorblee's just gonna be like, okay, I don't think this is gonna work, and he's just gonna keep on driving forward. He's like, okay, let's just keep moving. I'm gonna do another driving check. Oh no!
Oh no. It's only getting worse.
Oh no, this is the worst he's driven all day. The
It's
child
the-
has been extremely spooked.
Yeah, I mean they kind of yelled at you that they were okay or whatever. But the child walks directly into a wall.
Oh no.
With like they don't seem to they just kind of bunk against a wall of this spot with like a stop. Then you hear, "Is everything all right? Is everything all right in there? Does someone need to come and get you?"
And he goes, no, we'll just give us a minute, and he goes over next to a weird tiny him and like sits down. He's like, we can take a minute if you want.
No,
Oh my god.
I'm fine, honest. Checking the volume again. Yeah,
Yeah.
dirty 20. He was like, I'm fine. I'm fine, honest. It's
Are you absolutely sure? I don't mind.
This child is still facing the wall.
he's gonna try like steer towards the figure to be like, yeah, I'm fine. And only then, once he
Oh my
steers
god.
towards the figure, he finally actually sees who it is. It's like, oh, you're the ghost guy from earlier.
Yeah, I am. I guess the mask can be kind of hard to see through if you're not used to it. It's cool. Look,
Hey.
there's no need to push yourself. All right, if you need to take a break, it's all right.
No, it's fine. I can totally handle this. And Xorblee has kind of like a little bit of his overconfidence has bled into the Larry Jr. persona he's been putting on. He's like, yeah, I can totally keep doing this. I don't know if there's any other spooks ahead, but I can probably handle them.
Oh, Larry, he goes, all right, well, if you're sure.
Yes.
Want me to go first?
Yes.
All right. And he will lead the way, but he's still just sort of like checking behind him to make sure the kid is
Yeah.
there.
I'm gonna do another driving check just to be sure.
Nice.
Oh, that's a nat 20. He's like Zorblee's finally figured this out. He's going. He's strutting forward. I mean, Larry Jr. doesn't exactly have a strut, but at the same time, he's moving forward far more confidently than you've seen him move forward all night.
It's trundling forward at a very impressive cadence.
Yes, we we can trundle along.
Incredible. Well, even if the kid keeps saying that they're doing fine, Larry will take it to be that like taking that just little brief pause to talk helped them pull themselves together.
Oh,
Aw.
All right. Croak and Xorblee, you two make wisdom saves at advantage. And Larry Senior, since you are going on ahead, you just make a regular whiz
Senior.
save. Oh. Nope.
oh no!
Oh my god.
Zorblee! Zorblee, you are getting so spooked in here.
Uh. Hey, man.
Croak, Croak,
Croak.
you know what? You know what I want to be like? Is Croak like giving like Zorblee sort of like stabilization? So like while they're both in the cockpit, Croak is just like, "You're fine, you're fine."
Yeah. Something like that. Yuni is not sorry, Larry, as you keep on walking forward, um the lights flicker on and off again, and suddenly there are several figures surrounding all of you. And then it flickers on and off again, and there's like a shriek soundtrack as they disappear from all around you again, with a high pitched, shrill scream. Xorblee, that was an 8. Croak, that was a 14. Larry, that's a 10. Um, they're real good at their spooks here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the whole reason Zorblee's getting spooked is because their tunes, he's still real kind and a real kind without much in the way of inherent magic. So he doesn't know if these are just like practical lighting effects or if these are like actual spooky spells that are happening. And so he's just kind of like takes a gasp of inhaling and then just kind of doesn't release it until like Croak calms him down a little.
God. With a 14, do I make that spook check?
Yeah, you guys were only trying to beat a 12, but yeah.
uh, there's various cooing at you, Xorblee, as Croak kind of pats your face to calm you down again.
I will say, like, Larry, he definitely like gets tense and like he does the thing where he like steps in front of the kid to like protect them just like
Oh.
instinctively because that's how he do. That's
Mhm.
what happened.
I'm gonna say that Croak patting him, just kind of lightly patting him on the face, does help calm him down. But at the same time, Larry might misinterpret it as Larry being protective is what's calming him down.
I mean,
Um, with if you are stepping in front of Larry Jr. And Xorblee, you are being distracted by Croak trying to calm you down. Hey Xorblee, you want to roll a dex to see if you manage to get out the way and to avoid running into our tall ghost friend?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do Dex. Thankfully Larry Jr. actually has decent Dex.
Still a
So I
12.
thought. So I thought.
Um,
Hmm.
it's definitely slower paced than you guys were walking before, but yeah, at the back of your as you step in front of Larry, the small child, uh, you feel question mark? You feel them hit the back of your leg, softly. Roll. You can roll another perception if you would like.
yeah.
14. Don't know if there's legs in there. It's just kind of like a solid force, like all hitting you at once, sort of. Maybe they're really short or something. Oh.
I'm gonna do. That was an intelligence check to see if he could start putting pieces together officially on what's happening. I don't know.
It's a weird kid. With the 14. I mean, that's almost a 15. It's definitely a weird kid. um,
Weird kid who steals his clothes.
yeah, weird kid who steals his clothes. That's definitely your hoodie. And hopefully this is a child that lives inside, or has a child question mark that uh whose parents work in the studio, or it is someone who works in the studio or something like that. I don't know. Hope because they've had access to the studio, probably, hopefully.
I mean, technically, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Are you sure you guys are good in there? I mean, you're at the end. You're almost at the end right now. You just got to turn the next corner.
Yeah, I got this.
Got it. We're good. We're tough. Big tough kids. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. He gives them another awkward little pat. Again, he assumes that them running into him from behind is them hiding behind him.
Yeah, something like that. You could
Something like
say
that.
you could say the tinies are hiding behind Larry.
Solved.
Perhaps more than ways than one.
Oh my god.
Oh
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Oh. Now let's keep going.
All right. One more whiz save from y'all.
Do
Larry,
I
if you're
still get
going,
advantage or?
yeah, if you guys are staying behind the tall, friendly Casper the Friendly Ghost, then yes.
Xorblee.
It only
Oh,
rolled once,
wait.
so you roll again.
Oh, I only
No,
rolled
it
once.
rolled. Oh yeah,
No,
yeah.
I only got
It only
one
rolled
result.
once.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, that's better.
Nice.
He's caught on to the trick.
Yeah. I think I think it's because you've seen this same one a couple of times. Um, there's and it's also possible they might have toned it down for you a little bit, seeing what a hard time you were having. But there's another clap of thunder, and flickering of the lights, and behind you this time, down, from the way you came, you see figures that disappear at the next flash. And the curtain is held open for you. Um, and you see another studio employee saying, "All right, you guys did it. Good job. Come on, come on, come on. Come get your candy."
Xorblee is eagerly driving out like heck yes, candy time, and I guess it's time to hold up the sleeve again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Here we go. -1.
Hey, there we go.
Yay!
Found the
They
power
Uh,
did it.
within.
Found the power within. Um, so the owl at the back now drops two do 1 second. Two pieces of smaller candy into your sleeve, Larry Jr., and one piece of bigger candy, and they hand the same to you, tall ghost friend. Um,
That um he offers it to the little Larry to be like,
Aw.
here, you can have an extra. You did good, kid.
Do I need to
Xorblee,
make the strength check again?
I think like while you're still maintaining it, Xorblee would like turn like however many degrees to face Larry, to face the ghost man, and be like, "Heck yeah, I'll take it. Thank you." Look, Xorblee's not going to complain for more candy.
all right. So you get a lollipop ghost, which gives you a see-through and ethereal appearance. Dragon mints, which means you can breathe illusory fire for 1 minute. And some more soda drops, and two candy corn packets, which, if consumed, they can give you advantage on one roll of your choosing.
Nice.
Good.
You you got the best Halloween candy out there, of course.
That's some pretty
Obviously,
good Halloween candy.
pretty good
It's
Halloween
too
candy.
bad Larry doesn't have a sweet tooth, or else those would be
Aw.
really useful to have.
Yeah.
To be
But
fair,
he's just
these are
like,
the most useful candy corn I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
indeed.
Hush, candy corn is a good candy.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention it. But Larry, if the I didn't mention it, but we can retcon stuff if we need to, because I forgot, honestly. Even though I told myself I'd remember. The attendant does offer you the option between candy and non-candy treat, um, if you would so choose.
No. Um, what's is the non-candy one like when you give me a trick? Because I don't know if I'm down for getting more pranked.
Of course not. You see, not everyone can have candy at or some people might have allergies or food sensitivities. So we make sure to keep things that aren't candy to give out to very very brave people who get through the um the uh the spooky cave and all the other things, so that everyone can enjoy the party.
Oh, okay, I guess I'll have that.
Sweet. Um, ju 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 two D4. So you get a sticky hands, which gives you advantage on one dex-based roll before it gets covered in lint and it's not really useful anymore. You get some glow sticks, and you get a kazoo of illusions. um, And this is a instrument that, while played, you can create harmless, illusory visual effects within a 3-foot sphere centered on the instrument. And if you are a bard, the radius increases to 9 feet.
Amazing.
Um, so, Larry Jr., you do have 1 candy corn. And the soda drops.
Okay.
Hey.
Yep. I'm keeping
So-
track of this on
Oh.
my sheet. So
Oh, okay. I've been
Yeah.
like trying to keep track of it
Oh,
on
yeah,
the doc you
yeah.
sent us.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Radda. But anyway, we are at about an hour of playtime. Are you guys good to take a break, or do you want to keep going?
I could do with a break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
break is good.
Just
Cool
have a break.
beans. Break
Yay.
time.
This has
Break
been so
time.
fun so far. Trad, you've been an amazing DM.
It's so fun.
I'm glad. Thank you.
No,
Uh, I'm going to get a drink and some food.
Yeah, be right back.
I will BRB as well, and we will, reconvene in. Or okay, yeah, it's about 10 minutes, I guess.
Cool, 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 cool.
All right, hello, gallery.
Try to Larry
Hi.
got the sticky hand, the kazoo, and what was the third thing?
Here I will. It's basically I took a bunch of common magical items,
Mm.
and kind of tuned them down to like party favors. I'll
Yeah.
paste it in for you.
Nice.
It's basically a modified like instrument of illusions, but it's a kazoo. Just a little plastic kazoo.
I love it. And the sticky hand and
Yes.
what was the other one?
Glow sticks.
Glow sticks. Nice.
Yep. Here you go. Here you are. After you use your sticky hand, uh, you just have a sticky hand now.
Mm-hmm. Slowly becoming grodier and grodier.
All right. Hello again, gallery. Hello, snail.
Boo-doo-doo.
And I
Hello?
hope you feel better soon.
Yeah. I hold you very soft, Snail. It's okay,
Yeah.
Snail. I love you, and I hold you very soft. In case it isn't clear by now, Snail is supposed to be our special guest for the day, but they are currently very, 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 very ill, and literally cannot talk without
No.
dying.
You're soon, Snail.
We will get Snail Tiny Shenanegans one day.
One day.
It will happen.
So you're just gonna have to deal with my best snail impersonation.
I live.
You live.
Hello.
I have
Beautiful day.
obtained pizza.
Pizza.
Nice.
Pizza.
Snail, please rest your voice.
Snail has been nerfed.
Snail, please.
Snail would have too much power, but soon we will regain that power.
Someday.
Is everyone back? Actually,
I'm back.
yeah.
I'm back.
I'm here.
Are y'all good to go, or do you want to still wait a couple minutes till the about 7, the number 57?
I'm willing to wait a little bit longer just to make sure my throat's clear and all that.
Yeet.
Yeah.
We love you, Snail. I will note you guys are getting more than just like the one piece of candy I am mentioning or the one like little toy I am mentioning. These are just the ones that like in the bunch have, some sort of mechanical effect that you can utilize.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Larry, you
Yeah,
will
yeah, yeah.
also have a pocket that's just full of like spider rings and bouncy eyeball toys and like the little clappers and stuff like that.
I love that we got spider taffy, considering brewery
Yeah.
Yeah.
is spider.
Yeah, it gives you it's taffy that's really good, but it also makes your hands kind of sticky.
Mhm.
Um uh and next time you roll dex it'll wear off, but
I just think it's
I
funny.
yeah.
I will point out the fact that Croak has feathers.
Croak does have feathers. Hopefully Croak does I mean, you can preen.
That's true. But
Give the
also,
bird a bath.
Brewery just doesn't need it because spider can
Mm.
already climb.
Mhm.
Just constantly has spider climb.
Spider.
Spider.
If we still end up having the candy after this, Xorblee just smears the spider taffy on his wheels, on the wheels of the soda car, so he can just drive up walls.
That's not what it does, but okay. I don't know how often your car makes dex rolls.
You know what? I mean, probably more often than you'd hope it would, but
That's fair.
Oh my god.
It gives you really good grip on the asphalt.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's probably not how it works.
something that gave you like spider climb or something would have been really good, but I was also trying to keep in mind and like balancing like this is a toon party and like yeah, there's a certain degree of chaos, but also let's maybe not hand children things with like magical effects that could probably be kind of not great. So there's nothing that does
Valid
damage.
enough.
There's
Valid
nothing
enough.
that like
Let's give a
yeah.
child a jawbreaker that lets them cast fireball.
Yeah.
No.
Nothing that does damage.
Funny little effects.
Yeah. Mostly little buffs, nothing that does damage, nothing that for the most part it's not going to get you in like a situation where you would be in danger. It's small funky friendly things.
Danger's around every corner.
Yeah, yeah. Um
Anything can be dangerous in the hands of a determined enough child.
Yes. They just made sure it would be a very determined child that would make the thing dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, Xorblee is very determined, but he's not determined to cause that much chaos. He's just determined to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, that's again where most children are coming from.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's fair. And I know Xorblee has a record of causing property damage, so we'll have to see when that happens.
I think the important distinction here is that Xorblee is not a child.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Looks at the other two children. Looks at the two
3.
children.
There's
3.
3 of them.
3 of
God,
them.
Xorblee really is the adult here.
You were literally the adult here.
Yeah.
All
All right,
right.
I think we're ready to get going.
Yep. All
You.
right. All right. So on to the next one. So as you guys leave the as you guys leave the haunted house to the waves of the candy dispensing the candy dispensing owl. Okay, I'm getting out of the gallery now. You find that it is strangely less crowded than it was before for some reason. You're not that's kind of weird. And as do you guys want to roll perception or any investigation on that or
I mean, Brewery can't see
Yeah,
anything.
I'll roll a perception.
Brewery is still in the shoulder.
Brewery is still on the shoulder. Croak, you can roll perception as well. All right. Cool. So you can't really Xorblee to you it looks like everyone is kind of uh moving in a very particular direction. There's seems to be like a set of doors that people are going through. And folks are wrapping up and it looks like you see more like owls and penguins kind of walking around like looking like they're getting something all sort of taken care of. Larry, I don't think you were terribly involved with the planning for this event. You know, maybe everyone's just off a party game or something. And Croak, you see folks are kind of moving in a certain area, but um, as you all are looking around, you hear well for the tinies, you more so feel um, thump, 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 and the as Larry Jr. rattles with each heavy footstep that falls and starts to approach behind you. Thump, 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 thump. Does anyone want to turn around?
Yeah, Xorblee's gonna kind of like start steering towards the thumping because it's like, a
Thumping is
tiny
coming to
size.
you.
Yeah, a tiny size. You're used to, bigger folks being all thumpy and stuff because they're
Mm-hmm.
big. But at the same time, in a big environment, the fact that it's still going thump thump thump, it's like, uh, that's a very big,
Very big.
a very big.
A very big. Larry, do you turn around at all?
Once he notices it, yeah.
Yeah, you notice it. Um, and before as you turn around, it you it becomes very quickly apparent who this is as the heavy footfalls um make their way towards you. And Xorblee, Croak, you look up through the mask, the mouth of the mask, from the cockpit of Larry Jr. And Larry, you recognize this figure as one of your bosses, one of the co founders of Dodo Studio. Um, runs up to you hurriedly. Says, "Darlings, darlings, darlings, you're late." And Xorblee, Croak, you see the massive forms of the Earth Shaker. Um,
Oh my
uh,
god.
has approached you two. Says, "Darlings, oh darlings, you're late. Oh goodness. Um, DJ Mooves, because that is undeniably who this is at this point. DJ Mooves is, as is been his tradition, is dressed up as like a closet cosplay of himself. He's got big tacky rhinestone encrusted glasses on. His hair is pulled back into two massive pigtails. Um, there's like a there's like kind of there's like a big like tacky like belt buckle, and it's not a star, it's actually like an apple or something like that. um and their shoes are um the uh the wrong color, and actually way higher than normal for some reason. I mean, they rock some really high platforms, but these are really high platforms.
I would like
There's
to
a
point out that once the thumping started happening,
Mhm.
Brewery did move to the cockpit.
Incredible. um uh I think when Scribble sees Brewery move, she's like she'll move up to the cockpit as well. So everyone's crammed in the mouth hole of Larry Jr. at this time. Um and they're wearing like it's like a faded like jean jacket that looks like it was kind of hastily dyed red. So it's kind of like purple, like kind of a blotchy red, blue, and a little purple. And like a long sleeve like red shirt that's been like roughly cut um to give like the illusion of it being sort of a jacket, sort of like a really weird deep V-neck. Anyway, DJ Moose's costume is a mess. Is what I'm getting at. It's tacky, it's atrocious, and it's very, very them, and they look to be enjoying themselves immensely. Say, darlings, darlings, you're gonna be late. Oh, your costumes look so lovely, so lovely. Are you Larry? Oh, that's fantastic. All right, darlings, darlings, come on. Thalia's waiting for you. Thalia's waiting for you. Get yourselves over to the costume lounge now. She'll give you the final touches, and we'll be all ready for the show. All right, come on, come on, come on. DJ Moves is ushering you uh, in the opposite direction of where everyone else is going. Um, towards another smaller door, off to the side. Hey Larry, how's it going?
Hey, Larry, DJ Moves ran off, right?
DJ Moves is ushering you guys towards
Oh.
the towards the fitting room.
And he's like, what is it that's happening now? What are we doing? Oh God.
It's the fashion show, of course, darlings. You all put so much lovely thought into your costumes. They look wonderful. You gotta strut your stuff.
I think I did. He looks at him. I actively didn't do that though.
And that is a costume in and of itself. It just shows you the true spirit of Halloween shines through in you. You know, you're here for the good time, my friend. It's fine, it's wonderful. Come on, let's go.
I'm here for the good time.
Hey Larry Jr.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is the second mythical figure of Dodos. This not so much a deity, the mythical figures and as in not so much deities, like Larry is, but more of as undeities, if you will. It's the Earthshaker. They're here
Oh
now.
boy.
What would you like
Xorblee.
to do?
First, let me roll history to see if Xorblee even remembers this part of Tiny's mythos. Three.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll history too.
Yeah, no, Xorblee doesn't.
History.
Okay, let's
history.
put it this
Oh,
way. Xorblee's probably seen DJ Moves' name in like a credit sequence of like a movie that he watched at some point, but he probably doesn't recognize this as DJ Moves, and two, he definitely doesn't recognize this as the legendary Earthshaker.
Mm-hmm.
So Brewery has only been in existence for like less than a year.
Yeah.
Brewery is known for hiding out in the rafters
Mm-hmm.
and watching the
Yeah.
bigs.
Uh-huh.
So Brewery definitely recognizes who this is and is a little excited.
Croak, you don't know.
Very stompy.
Very
very big bird.
stompy. This is a very, very big bird, Croak. That's very stompy. And
Brewery the only one who knows who this is.
no, cause Scribble too. You hear her whisper quietly behind you with a little bit of awe and a little bit of fair bit of fear in her voice. She says, "It's the Earthshaker."
There is a visible question mark next to Brewery as they sign, "What do you mean?"
Didn't you feel how he moved, how he shaked the earth? You
Brewery
know,
clarifies. No, who is the Earthshaker? That's DJ Moves.
that's what the bigs call the Earthshaker.
There's a little bit of
multiple names.
Oh, from Brewery.
Make the rival the rival to the engineers movies. Got it. Wait, what Halloween contest show? Wait, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that first part.
Are you following? Are you allowing yourself to be ushered?
At this point, Xorblee is kind of like in the overwhelming sense of oh goodness, what's happening? He's just kind of getting pushed along as well. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Larry, the child figure next to you doesn't seem to be actively protesting.
And on the one hand, Larry's like he could get out of this. He doesn't want to be involved. He also feels equally weird about someone dressed as him in a fashion show.
So yeah, as you guys get pushed through this door, DJ Moose says, "All right, darlings, Thalia will get you all taken care of. I don't want her to see me. She's not very happy with me right now. I will see you all out on the show floor. You're gonna do fabulous. You're gonna do fabulous, darlings." And uh, the door shuts behind you, and you find yourself off in one of the prep green rooms. Then you know, Larry, you would know that this is nearby. It attaches to a stage, and there are owls and penguins and other assorted tunes, and folks getting themselves ready and checking their makeup and making sure their costumes are all in the right order.
And he's gonna like lean down to the tiny not tiny, just child.
The
What? No,
diminutive
it
one.
wouldn't be tiny's, clearly.
No.
Clearly not.
But he sort of mentions like you don't have to like he can be enthusiastic, but if you don't want to do this, then he doesn't mind. So if you want to back out, that's cool.
Xorblee's kind of steering Larry Jr. to the left, to the right, sort of like getting a view of the room. And just kind of looking around. It's like, huh.
There you can see a banner that says um that it looks like one that like they messed up on, so it's in the back here. Um and some of the letters are backwards or wrong. And uh it's a banner, it's hung up kind of loosely, and it says fashion costume fashion show um candy prizes.
See, there's the hook we needed. Xorblee is absolutely just like, you know what? I don't see any harm in doing this. It seems like it'll be fun, you know?
Oh no.
So how are
feel
you
like
going to respond? Are you going to say this? Are you going to say anything in response?
Well, let me check. Let me do a bit of a mic check to make sure I can say. Oh wait, wrong.
Well, that's an unnatural 20.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Unless you want to roll again and see if you get
No,
worse.
I'm gonna say that's good enough and be like, yeah, I think I can stick around for this. Seems
Mhm.
like it'll be fun.
I feel like I should roll a wisdom to see how bad of a decision this is.
um. Well, you hear another voice from behind you that says, "That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, I love your costumes. Here." And will you pivot to this other voice?
Yeah, might as well just see who's talking.
Cool. Um, it's like, "You're almost late, but it's all right. It's all right. I work hard. I work good under pressure sometimes." Um, as you turn, make everyone make a quick whiz save.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Uh, I magic in
14.
mine got a bit.
Yeah, mixed up.
I think mine is the first one, so the 16.
Yeah, so that's a 16 for Xorblee, an 18 for Croak. Larry, it's a 9. Uh, bless your heart. Brewery, it's a 14, and Scribble, it's 11. And this kind of tracks, because Xorblee, Croak, Brewery, you don't really know who this is. Scribble would have an idea who this is, and Larry, this is one of your coworkers, actually. You turn around, and find one of your coworkers, Thalia, as identified by their voice and their higher than average number of arms, and they have no head.
Yeah.
And at all whatsoever. It looks like it's been chopped off and under an arm. And you can roll an investigation or perception if you like. And under an arm, there is a glowing pumpkin. Investigation. Thalia actually has 5 arms right now. The one holding the pumpkin is an extra arm that they have sewn on to their costume so that they can have all of their arms free for the things that they're doing.
Nice. And Larry, he's definitely just like, oh god, like he's a little bit high strung right now. You can't tell by looking at him because
Bless.
one, he's Larry, and two, he's got a sheet over him. But he's definitely a little out of sorts, and so after a sort of start at the sight of Thalia headless and everything is a lot right now, and he goes, "Wow." Pulled out all the stops as per usual. Nice.
Uh, uh, 1 second. I don't actually. This was last minute. I don't actually have. I'll BS the stat, and I will see if I get a better stat, a less BS stat in a second. Oh bless. Um. 10. Yeah, sorry. We're good. I'd say a 10 is enough to see that you are shook, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And what might be a slightly more disturbing sight. Um, uh, their head, um, the neck hole like morphs up and forms the shape of their head, and their face appears on their head because they're a changeling. It's like, I'm
And
sorry.
Larry, like, despite the effort for that to be less disturbing, Larry's just like, cool, great, that's wow. Yeah, you did that.
Has sparkle eyes.
Cool.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I mean, I did mean to scare you a little bit. But I didn't mean to scare you bad. I'm fine. My head's right here, as you can see. But we don't have time to worry about that right now. If I get my costume change on, you guys have to get spruced and spiffied up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. A good
like,
classic
does
sheep
that,
ghost.
what does that entail?
Getting spruced and spiffy up, just making sure your costume is all clean and that you're not there's no tears or rips or anything, and you're looking as fabulous as you want to. If you want to have any other props or do a quick costume change, we can do that. We are once again really crunched on time, but we can make it work. We can make it work. Whatever you need to feel confident and fabulous and get you on that runway so you can strut your stuff and show everybody what you're made of.
Uh,
Xorblee hasn't said anything this entire time, and like if he was a toon, there would be an incredibly visible sweat drop next to his head.
Larry's just like, oh, don't worry about me. You don't have to spiffy me up, I guess. I'm just here to support the mini me.
Uh,
Hello.
It's all right if you don't want to be buffed and puffed and all. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You really should, Minnie, you really should consider going out on the runway. I know confidence can be a hard thing to find, but everyone's so supportive. It's Halloween. It's a very good time. Um, Minnie, they are going to roll, um, oh, bless your heart, Snail. They're going to roll another they're gonna roll another insight. What do you think a 13 would be good enough to tell that this is Larry Yuni?
I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
he has not made any effort to hide who he is, so it's like, yeah, Thalia knows him.
Yeah. They look him up and down. It's like the height, the slim figure, the boots. Larry! Oh, you've come for the fashion show. How wonderful! Oh, and is this? Oh, it is a mini you. How cute! Oh my goodness. And they crouch down and roll an investigation.
Oh
Oh
dear.
Very
boy.
Oh dear.
they get a 23, but keep in mind
Oh
Valley
dear
has
God.
no context. So, Valley is saying, "Is this your old hoodie, Larry? Oh my goodness, that's so sweet of you. Oh, you should have. Oh, you should have gone as well. Actually, no, don't go as yourself. Oh, Moves does it every year, and it's terrible. And is honestly, oh gosh, I'm going to one of these days. But anyway, that is so sweet. You let them wear your old hoodie. Oh, and you just look like such a good little Larry. Oh, you are adorable. Absolutely. It's a little bit big on you, a little bit big on you, but that's fine. That's fine. Um, and Thalia does cast a couple bouts of prestidigitation and mending on like where the sleeves have been dragging behind the neck this entire time because this is a tiny, like, couple foot tall neck and short little arms. Um,
Oh goodness.
it says, do you want anything else to look good? Do you want any extra accessories? Do you want, Larry? Do you want some props? You guys could go together as an act together. You could enter the doubles part.
I'm not sure our
Uh,
looks are especially cohesive, but nice thought, I guess.
I,
Are you sure you want to do this? And hey, by the way, guys, you have now heard very clearly that you have been
yeah,
hanging out with
This is
Larry.
Larry, by the
this
way.
has been. Hello, yes, you went to a haunted house tour with God. How are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. All of
Um,
everyone
Brewery's
has heard
eyes.
this.
Brewery's eyes have somehow gotten even more sparkle eyes. I don't know how that's possible. They're a rubber hose. They have dot eyes, but their eyes are very sparkly.
oh, it's Larry. It's just Larry.
Well, I mean, it's over a 10.
I think Croak is slightly confused because that doesn't look like Larry.
Oh, Xorblee is just kind of like, oh, okay, this is happening now. The entire point of the whole cult is standing right here. He's gonna kind of like rotate. I mean, it's like, I mean, if I, gosh, it's really you, Larry. Geez, I'm such a big fan. Well, I mean, if you're not interested in doing it, then you don't have to come along. I can totally just do it myself.
Uh, he are we just assuming he could hear them at this point?
For this conversation, I'm not going to make you roll.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Xorblee did get a 20 at
Yeah.
one point.
Yeah, basically, Larry's just like, whatever you're comfortable with, kiddo. I can be there for moral support, I guess, if you want. Either way. Uh
Xorblee also cool with it either way. Oh no, we've reached an impasse.
Scribble also has sparkle eyes, and it's like, yes. With Larry, we're sure to win. And I'm guessing, I'm guessing Brewery has a similar sentiment.
Absolutely. Brewery is like hand flappy with one set of arms and is like frantically signing. Yes.
Xorblee like takes this as a sign of like, okay, yeah, this is gonna go. This can work. It's like, I mean, if you think you're up for it, then I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind going together with you.
okay. Sure, cool. That's fine and normal. All right.
Really quick. Where's that? Um. Um. Okay, cool. You do not hear more than one voice coming from the small child. Don't worry about it.
Oh my-
um,
I mean, technically, you would have only heard 2 because Brewery is signing.
yeah. Scribble is saying yes very loudly, enthusiastically though. So
Nice.
yeah, time for a fashion show. Does anyone want to get any props or extra costume pieces to embellish your looks further?
Why would we get extra costume pieces? We're perfect as it is.
We're
I know,
already
I'm just
Larry.
offering.
We're already Larry and Larry.
It just occurs to me at some point someone's going to bustle up and be so charmed by your outfit and give you a little toy banjo.
Oh yeah, yeah. We need
Gosh.
one. We need
Wait a
a
minute.
little
Oh
banjo.
no, toy banjo.
Complete the
Please.
look. Maybe to make it easier for like us, it just kind of like it's one of those like it's got a little strap so we can just hang it on our shoulder, like on one of the
Yeah,
shoulders.
that's what I
Yeah,
figured it would
Yeah.
be
there's
like.
like
Yeah.
yeah, you get a little toy banjo slung across your back. That does work. You're not sure if you could figure that out if you come to it. But yeah, the Larry Jr. gets their look completed with a little toy banjo. Um, Larry Sr., anything anything you want to do?
I mean, he's a bedsheet ghost. You would
Yeah.
like again, this is the amount of effort he's willing to put into this. If
I don't.
someone else has a thought of how to make a bedsheet ghost look better,
I,
that's great. But
I mean, if you like, I'm thinking like a cool hat or something. If you wanted,
a
but
spooky ghost
I
hat.
was I was going to
Spooky ghost
suggest
hat.
we
put the mask on top of the sheet.
I was
Oh
just
my
gonna say cut
god.
a little mask hole in the sheet so that it's visible as Larry goes. Just a little slit in the front to match the eye holes. It's like, ah, yes, that's Larry.
it's up to you guys.
It's either that or change back into your normal clothes.
You don't have to change. You don't have to turn your sheet ghost into a Larry sheet ghost. You don't have to get a cool hat. You don't have to change. But those are definitely options that are available to you at this present moment.
I think for the most part, he's just like, I guess, like he will I think again look to Tiny Hymns like the jig is up, the secret is no longer there. He's like, do you want me to be me, or should I stick into I kind of had to
Oh,
coerce Shorts kid to even do this. Otherwise, I would have just worn my normal outfit. But they kind of forced me into it. So, uh, you
the
think?
on the one hand, Xorblee was absolutely gonna be like, yeah, we could go as Jake, Larry, and Larry, but at the same time, he's hesitating because, he did just hear Thalia about getting on Mooves' case about dressing up as himself, so maybe it wouldn't be the smartest idea to have Larry just kind of going at himself, you know?
I
There
will
are,
note,
yeah,
Croak is excitedly patting the bottom of the thing now.
the excitedly patting Larry Jr.
Like the bottom base of the platform.
Incredible.
They're not very strong, so it probably doesn't make much noise. But
Are
So,
they trying to get someone's attention or just
no, they're just very excited to be going with Larry, or potentially going with Larry, capital
uh-huh.
L.
Oh my gosh. Um
Zorbly is like keeping a straight face, if only to make sure that this ride doesn't just crash and burn.
mhm. Um, hey, Croak, if you're making noise, roll a stealth.
What is the stealth? Hold on. I need to pull up fucking sheet.
I will say, Xorblee, you do see a selection of like very, very, very fabulous looking, like, you know those like plastic like glitter party hats, the ones that are like
Yeah.
chillbillies. There's a selection of those.
Oh.
I will ask a question. I can replace this with the machine's modifier, right? Or do I have to use my own?
This is a I mean, you could, yeah, I'd say you could if you absolutely wanted to, but this is more for like so that Croak doesn't get picked up by Xorblee's microphone.
That's a 22.
22.
I guess
All right. There still is only one source of noise.
Ugh.
There's only regular talking noises coming out of Larry Jr.
Larry finally, like, he gets, like, God, this whole thing is so weird for him. But it's like, clearly this kid is a fan of his for some frickin' reason. Like, so eventually, like, he interprets their silence as, like, expecting him to do something, and he's just
no.
like, okay, wait there, I'll be right back, I guess.
Oh, Xorblee's like, okay. And let's see what Larry comes up with.
Oh my god.
Oh, Larry's having an idea. We're gonna win for sure. We're gonna win for sure. And there's no way they can get mad at us for going out on this trip without telling anybody. We're gonna come back with so much candy.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be so great.
Xorblee's kind of taking his mind off of the yes fashion show with God and more focusing on the big candy reward because this is the second time he's been going out mostly unasked to retrieve candy for the cult.
Yeah.
There is
Last time involved
is-
damaging a desk, so
Yeah.
mm,
What's up, Doc?
there's a silent image cast of just like a mountain of candy.
Xorblee's just grinning, rubbing his hands together. Actually, Xorblee's gonna snap his snap his fingers really quickly. Can somebody go grab the candy corn?
uh, yeah, sure, I can get it. Or does either one of you want to grab it?
Croak would like to grab it. Croak is gonna grab the candy corn.
Go grab the
Go
candy
get
corn.
the candy corn.
Have fun.
Does Croak grab the candy corn?
Heck yeah.
Roll me an investigation.
Oh yeah, you
God,
gotta dig
my
through the whole mountain of candy.
My investigation.
I'm getting ready to go to bed.
4.
Croak.
All right.
Does Croak know what candy corn is?
That's a
Does
that's a
Croak know
good
what candy corn
question.
Croak brings back one of the lollipops.
Oh, it's not that Croak. Croak, go down there. And Scribble is going to be giving Croak directions. And telling Croak what it looks like so they can roll again with the help action. Finally.
Xorblee will keep a hold of the lollipop though, just in case like Larry comes back still wearing the ghost costume, because a see-through ghost costume is even more impressive than just a regular ghost costume, right?
It is.
So
13.
just in case.
13. 13. It takes you a minute. There's the sound of weird rummaging as Larry Jr.'s hoodie kind of moves in strange ways. Don't worry about it. And Larry, as you are walking back to Larry Jr., you see this scene and you can hear a voice that doesn't sound like the voice you've been hearing from the small child, somewhat distantly. Oh no, over that way, under that one. It's faint. It's faint, but um, it's definitely coming from Larry Jr. You might you can roll again with advantage if you would like.
Cool.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a
19.
19.
I
And at
think
this point, it's like it started. I think it's fair to say it clicks.
yeah, because the voice says croak, croak. No, not that one. The other one. It's kind of like a try, like croak. Yeah. You got it. Uh,
Oh my god.
It's just like
Whoa.
Oh my Larry.
that makes much more sense.
Oh my Larry.
yeah. Oh my Larry. He's.
And
I
I will
hold
say
this.
that Larry has come back. He's still wearing the ghost sheet, but also his regular hoodie and mask are on top of the sheet.
Oh,
Good.
oh.
Good.
Ghost
In
of
that
Larry.
case, Xorblee is going to really quickly grab the lollipop that Croak mistakenly grabbed earlier, and he's going to grab. I'm gonna. How big is the lollipop compared to like himself?
Um, it's kind of like a medium size lollipop. I'll say it's kind of a it's kind of like a Tootsie Pop size because it lasts for a decent chunk of time.
Okay, in that case, he's kind of dragging it behind himself, like it's
Yeah.
like he's carrying it by the stick, so it's like this big like ball on a stick, and he carries it all the way out to the hand, like to the manipulator
Oh my
area,
god.
so that he's gonna be like, "Hey, can somebody raise up the arm really quick?" Because he wants to offer Larry the lollipop.
Larry is back at the shoulder.
Um, do you want someone? Go for it, Brewery. Cool. Help action. Well, no. Croak. Can you do the help action?
Yes.
Okay.
You can roll again, Brewery.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey!
nat
Hey!
That was
20.
a nat 20.
Yeah, like, and then, like I imagine like the arm sort of like hesitates for a moment before lifting up towards Larry, and out of the sleeve just pops the lollipop just kind of shows up poking out of the sleeve. Xorblee is like doing his best to not like make himself visible, but it's
Mm-hmm.
clear like it is like there's just this lollipop poking out of the sleeve.
The arm is straight up in the air, and the hoodie's kind of like crumpled around, and there's like a lollipop just kind of sticking out of the sleeve. It's kind of slightly kind of like puffed over to one side. Um, and Scribble is going to Scribble's going to cast thaumaturgy from the mask and say, "It's for you.
Oh my
It's
god.
for you. It'll make you really spooky." This is definitely the voice that's come from Larry Jr. before. Don't worry about it.
Definitely.
He
See?
just awkwardly like it's a little bit weird because like he's put the hoodie on top of
Yeah.
the ghost sheet, but the ghost sheet does not have armholes for him to put his arms through the sleeves. So he just sort of awkwardly goes over and takes it with a nub of the his hand from like underneath the sheet. He's like, thanks. And there's a brief second where it like he hesitates and it sort of shifts underneath the hoodie and then finally finds its way up into presumably in his mouth. You don't know. It's a mystery. Who can say?
Doesn't matter. This is God we're talking about.
It's true.
Thank God we're talking about.
So as you pop this candy in your mouth, and you can see it too, Larry. You gain a see-through and ethereal appearance, as and if you try to take it out of your mouth again, the effect ends. You try and put it back in your mouth, the effect starts up again, and take out, put it back in. And you feel this will last for about 15 minutes, which is a really great amount of time for a runway show.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. So are you guys ready to strut your stuff on the runway?
Yeah, Larry and the ghost
Yeah,
of
we are.
Larry.
As ready as a person can feasibly be in this very strange situation Larry has found himself in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry is
This
trying and we love him for it.
He wants to be supportive of, well, at first it was this child and now it's these tinies who they deserve nice things.
there are at least 3 tinies inside of this Larry Jr. At least 3 that you
Yeah.
know of.
He's just like, well, okay. Again, he
Alright.
wants to be supportive of these very strange and small individuals.
Oh.
Alright.
We
So
getting out to the runway?
yep. So some penguins and some penguins actually forms like, all right. It's almost your turn. It's almost your turn. You're feeling good. You're feeling good. You're feeling hopped up. You're feeling hopped up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Got this.
Fantastic. All right. All right. We're gonna call you. Gonna call you really soon. All right. All right. I'll give you a cue. 3, 2, 1, go. And you guys are welcome
Xorblee
to.
is definitely like just driving ahead. Like, yes, it is time. Xorblee, who never gets to be flashy in front of Biggs, finally getting the opportunity. He is going to relish in this.
Fantastic. Um, so, Larry, my dear, you following?
Yep. Yep.
Bless you. Bless your heart. um, as you go out, you want to make me a perception check real quick. A new environment.
Should I also make the perception check?
Yes.
Oh,
Should everyone in the
nat
cockpit?
20.
Nice. Yeah, everyone in the cockpit.
Zorb.
Oh my God.
Zorblee is too distracted by the potential for candy.
Or the potential for candy.
No, no.
All right. All
Brewery is
right.
blinded.
Scribble save us. Scribble save us, please.
Scribble, please don't blow this for us. Um.
Otherwise, we'll definitely need guts.
Okay.
Oh, thank
Thank goodness.
We
All
have-
right.
There is one brain cell.
There's one set of eyeballs.
And normally that's Xorblee.
Yeah. So Larry and Scribble. So Larry, your senses are heightened. Um, this is a situation.
It certainly is a situation.
With a look around, you can see that on that a runway has been set up. It's got fun, lanterns along the side. They're all spooky, and there's appropriately festive holiday decor and a fun backdrop of like twisted gnarly branches and flickering lights, and it's very atmospheric, and there's like green flames looking out of like cauldrons and funky lanterns, um and on the other side of the stage, you see DJ Mooves himself. And at near the end of the runway, you see a booth set up that has Thalia, and with a nat 20, you can see that she's they are wearing a different costume than they were before. It's still headless. It's still headless, and it's still headless horseman. But this one is like it's like a deep red, like crushed velvet. And it's like pleated and ruffles and very, very quite nice with a nice high collar. And next, seated next to them is a nervous, slightly nervous looking owl. You think might you might have seen her around on the engineer side, working with costumes a lot. And there's a couple other there's a couple other staff members seated. There's one of the choreographers and another like acting acting director who works a lot behind the scenes. And presumably they are the judges for this event. The area in between you and them and behind them and all around is absolutely packed with a thrall, with a thrall of individuals in various states of costumes. They are cheering wildly as you come on the stage. They are, shouting encouraging comments and are altogether incredibly excited to see you two here. And DJ Mooves says, oh, and also with a 20, you can see that Thalia is shooting glares at DJ Mooves. A very smug looking DJ Mooves from his position as MC. She can't call him out. They can't call him out directly right now, because there's an event going on. Okay. Anyway, um, Move says, and our next contestants are the ghost of Larry and Larry Jr. Give us a round of applause for these fabulous pair. Oh, what great matching costumes. You look wonderful, darlings. Larry's, of course, are very wonderful prop hand and occasional actor in the movies. He's very wonderful. Good to see a costume of such a very valued member of staff. Give him a round of applause, and there's a round of applause. And it's like, now go and stretch your stuff on the runway. Show us what you've got. I want to see your all. I want to see you walk. I want to see you dance. I want to see you twirl.
I was
Show
gonna
us
ask
off
if it was
this
a
fabulous
runway.
outfit. It is a runway. It's like, show off your fabulous
Oh, no.
costumes.
Xorblee,
Oh no.
Xorblee
Oh
kind of
no.
starts directing the others towards the shoulders, and it's like, "Come on, we gotta make this flash. We gotta make this good."
Okay.
I'd argue the most Larry me magic argues the most Larry thing would be get on stage, do nothing, walk off stage.
On the one hand, that would absolutely
Brewery,
be the case. On the other hand, Xorblee has a penchant for expressiveness.
Brewery
So,
does actually cast another silent image and is like,
Mhm.
but Larry doesn't do anything.
oh,
Um, I will very quickly explain, Larry Jr., what your options are. You can roll a fancy way down the stage. You can try and move the arms around and make some driving checks to make it look like you're dancing. You can also cast spells through the holes in the mask. And you can also use effects of the candy to add to your performance.
mhm.
I actually have a question.
Yep.
Could I use a very, very tiny magic missile as like a firework?
Yes. Yes, you may. Is Brewery gonna cast that out now?
No, they're gonna wait till they're at the end of the end of the runway.
Okay.
I think what Xorblee's gonna do is like taking the advice that Larry doesn't really do much. He's gonna kind of just start driving forward, not seemingly doing anything, but then he's gonna use his light cantrip to sort of start making the area behind the mask start to glow ominously.
Yeah. Okay, that's really cool.
Hey Larry Senior. um, Larry Junior starts making their way down the runway, and the mask starts to glow. What'd you do?
Larry's again, like, on the one hand, he's pretty sure one of the things with the tidies is that they don't want to get caught. And shining a light inside where a bunch of them are hiding is a good way for them to get caught. But it's also them doing this to themselves, so maybe he's misinterpreted what it is they want. But
Oh.
he's just like, okay, well, is there a microphone or something?
You can get the microphone from Mooves.
Cool.
Mooves will very readily hand it over to you. It is decorated in spooky Halloween themed glitter and confetti and like decorations and stuff like that. You do get glitter on the part of your costume that you use as your hand, though.
Of course.
It's a sacrifice you must make.
And as Larry Jr. Struts its way down the runway,
Trundles down the runway.
Larry the man, the big man, one and only, except I guess there's two now. He goes, "We are the fear of stagnation and the death of relevance in the world." And he lifts his arms, and then he gestures to tiny baby Larry rolling his way down. "And we are the past and how far we have come, ever looking forward, undeniable in potential and growth."
I love Larry. I love Larry.
This is amazing. Xorblee's
I love
just like
him.
Xorblee's now whispering to the others, like, "Now, do the shoulders now."
Shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
Scribble is going to run down to one of the shoulders. And what movement are you directing the tinies to do?
At the moment, Xorblee's just kind of like raise both of the arms at the same
Cool.
time.
Yes. Brewery, do we want to share this roll for the other arm? Doc?
I know Brewery wants to do something when they get down at the end.
Yeah,
So
Brewery is gonna do something. So
Okay.
does Croak
Yeah.
wanna move the other one?
14.
Hey.
yeah, that
You know
does
what?
it.
This is gonna look good. This is gonna look really good.
I mean, we both rolled natural 15s. We just have different modifiers.
Yeah. I mean, it's the speed is almost perfectly matched. As the ghost of Larry's past monologues into the microphone, the tiny Larry's arms whip straight up to the ceiling as they continue forward undaunted.
At some point, Xorblee is just going to start rotating.
Oh my god.
When
Like not quite like so he falls, but like he's gonna start like kind of rotating slowly, kind of like as if it's like, you know, walking on stage and sort of like holding up your hands to like everybody in the audience. That's the kind of thing he's trying to do.
when Xorblee starts spinning, that is when Brewery casts magic missile to make
Um,
fireworks.
3 small points of light Which sniping platform are you on? The left or the right?
Right.
Cool.
We'll
Out
say
of
right.
out of Larry Jr.'s left eye socket, three three small points of light shoot into the air, and explode in small you know showery pinpoints of light. It's not particularly flashy. It's kind of a little it's interesting. It's not it's not like sparkly, but it does happen. Nice sort of it's a little understated, which is pretty in character for Larry, I think. If Larry were ever
It's
to
like
do
the
something
only
like this,
flashy thing I could do.
you're valid.
Yeah.
Um, uh, as you hear applause from the audience as the fireworks go off. And as Larry Jr. Rotates slowly on the catwalk. You're gonna be doing anything else, Larry Jr., as you keep going along?
Xorblee
Well,
spinning and moving forward.
yeah, I'm gonna roll a perception to make sure I at least know where the end of the runway is, so I don't fall off.
I hate it so badly.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yes,
Hey!
Oh,
That's
good.
funny.
Okay.
Zorbly.
Godless. Thank goodness.
Zorbly rolled a 20 on like moving, like controlling before, and with that 20 with like perception, I think he's like absolutely mastered how to drive this thing, and he is like just like yes, and he's
You are
like
dead center down this
he is like
thing. You are Larry Jr. You are dead center down this down this runway. Larry Jr. is like an extension of your being at this point. Larry Jr. is your second arm. That's basically that's not an arm because it's a mech, and it's bigger
Yes.
than you are, and you have only two arms. Larry Jr. is an extension of your will, Xorblee, at this point.
Yes.
As you do small turns around the catwalk, giving love to the audience, and perfectly finding the center of the catwalk again and going down and giving your love to the next section of the audience, and so on and so forth. Larry,
Absolutely beautiful.
it's a sight to behold. Larry Senior, ghost of Larry's past. Do you have anything more to add, or is what's your next move, Larry Senior, my beloved?
As they get to the end, he uses his kazoo of illusions to just give a little toot of victory.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like once Larry Jr. gets to the end, Zorbly like perfectly faces forward and just like yes.
Arms still raised up high.
Yes.
Just glowing mask facing the audience, facing
We've
the
done
panel of
it.
judges. You've done it. And there's thunderous applause from the audience, and you can see, hey, Xorbly,
Yeah.
roll me a quick history, or I don't know, roll me history or perception.
They're both the same modifiers, so let's go
Cool.
with history.
16. Through the glare of the lights, you see among the panel of judges, is a face that you recognize pretty well. Um, because it stared at you, as your dungeon can, was under the shelf, and you all attempted to. It's Victoria. Victoria Hoots is among the panel of judges. Don't worry about it. Um, she looks a little nervous and keeps glancing at the headless Thalia next to her, a little nervously, but Thalia has not seemed to notice. But Victoria is very intensely, uh, you know, writing down notes and seems to be taking this very seriously. She wants to do a good job. Um,
Xorblee is holding back all temptation to wave to her from inside the mask. He is like, no, don't do it. Don't blow our cover. Don't blow our cover.
um, or does anyone want to do anything else before you start heading back down the runway?
um,
Magic, magic, my beloved.
No, go ahead.
no,
Mhm.
I didn't have much to say. What were you gonna do?
I was about to say, I think we're perfect as is.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we're done here.
Mhm. So, do you about face head back down the runway?
Yep, and we can lower the arms now.
Okay.
Lower the arms like we're taking a bow, turn around and leave.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. As you trundle along back down the runway, Larry, do you have anything else you want to say, or is Moves have command of the mic again?
Moves can take control once more.
Fantastic. Says, what a fabulous, fantastic, wonderful, amazing, show-stopping performance from Ghost of Larry and Larry Jr. Oh, that's just I love the little banjo and everything. Let's see what our judges say. And there's no scorecards. There's no, there's no like stuff they hold up, but there's loud cheers that can be heard from the judges table. Um, and they all, say, "You're fabulous, wonderful." It's like, it's like very good craftsmanship. And it says, showmanship was astounding. And various compliments being thrown the both of you way. It's like, what a wonderful monologue. Um, and it's like, I love the kazoo. And as you two, as Larry Jr. makes their collective way back around to where you are um, on stage, and you can see the penguin that ushered you guys in is giving you an excited thumbs up and is gesturing for you to come backstage.
Xorblee is absolutely gonna follow. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just like that they've been successful this far, might as well not ruin it and just
Mm-hmm.
keep going,
Yep.
doing the
And
things that are working.
so yeah, I'm guessing, Larry, you are not going to stay out on the stage all on your lonesome right next to DJ Moves, a very
Yeah,
bombastic person.
nah, not gonna do that.
Just checking, just checking.
Brewery is giving golf claps. Lots and lots of golf claps.
Fantastic. Incredible. Um, so you walk back through and the thing's like, wonderful, you guys did fantastic, amazing. Oh, I loved it, I loved it. Feel free to keep all the props. Okay, gosh, you look fabulous, wonderful. Show-stopping performance. Um, and you're ushered behind to wait. Um to wait as the rest of the show finishes, and they
Yeah.
grab all the costume, um, all the costume folks on the stage, and it's very crowded on the stage, um, and you hear DJ Moves. Larry, you can probably see DJ Moves because you are above average height for the studio. Larry Jr., you can not see DJ Moves, but you can definitely hear and you can feel DJ Moves at the tip of the runway, um, talking to the judges. And there is still a little bit, a hint of that smugness in his voice as he addresses the panel of judges, which you might presume to be directed at Thalia for some reason or another. You don't know
Gee, I
why.
wonder why.
He says, "All right, all of our wonderful, wonderful contestants are here on stage. Judges, what do you have to say?" Um, and Thalia stands up. She's like, "Well, it was such wonderful performances from everyone. I don't think that we can decide." And DJ moves in a well, does not seem surprised at this at all. It's like everyone put so much effort into their costumes and did diversified and made sure to be things that they were not usually. And DJ Move says, "Yeah, it was wonderful. Did you hear that, folks? Everybody's a winner." Um, and once again, the crowd cheers at this. No one seems surprised at this turn of events. You have a feeling that this might be how this turns out every year.
Xorblee's just
And
hoping this doesn't diminish the candy reward.
oh, trust me, it will not. Um, so as amidst cheers from other contest goers and contest attendees and such delight and such alike, Move says, "Oh, you head on backstage, everybody, and you will receive your rewards, and feel free to enjoy the rest of the party. We have still more games to play and candy to be had. We will be wrapping up soon. Any of the youngsters? It is about bedtime for most of the youngsters. So we will be transitioning into the more grown-up portions of the evening. But thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. This is a fantastic send-off this year. I hope to see you all again next year at the next annual Dodo Studios Halloween party." And there's a great cheer from everyone as the rest of the attendees file back, and you are approached. Um, uh,
Oh.
yeah, you are approached by an owl. It says, "All right, all right, all right. What'll it be, folks? What'll it be? You want candy? You want toys? You know, we got them all for you. We got them all for you. You did fantastic. It can be a little nerve-wracking going up on stage like that, but you did fantastic. All right, what'll it be? What'll it be?"
Xorblee is absolutely just in the microphone, just like, yes, candy!
Candy for the
And
little one.
incredibly excited.
Candy for the little Larry. Oh, you look so cute. Candy for the little Larry. Candy for the ghost Larry, or toys for the ghost Larry. What does the ghost Larry want?
I'll take a thing.
You'll take a thing. You're gonna have to be more specific, sweetheart. We got candy's a thing and toys are a thing.
Oh, the one that's not candy.
All right, all right, all right. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And you are handed both handed bags that seem to be full to bursting with treats and goodies. That
Do
Yep.
does Brewery need to go down to the hand so they can grab it?
Yeah, that was my next portion. So, Larry Jr. And Larry not Jr. How would you like to go about grabbing these items?
I mean, who's ready to go up into the shoulder again to lift up an arm?
Not
I can
Brewery.
I can try lifting the shoulder again.
Yeah, or Scribble is still in the shoulder as well. 14.
14.
That will do it. You're just doing it straight up.
Just not maybe straight up, just like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Yes, straight up.
Cool. Straight up.
Brewery's gonna go down to the hand
Mm-hmm.
to
Or
try and
up to the
grab
hand at
the
this point.
candy bag.
Mm-hmm.
What do I roll for that?
I would say, are you going to try and grab the candy bag and hold on to it
Yes.
when they let go of it?
Yes.
All right. Um, roll me a strength or an athletics,
Same
whichever
modifier.
cool, yeah.
Good.
Okay. It's a
Okay.
12.
That's a 12. I think with the 12, the bag starts slipping a little bit from your grip. This is very, very full bag of candy. Um, uh, but you're holding on to it for the time being. Uh, Larry, Senior,
Uh-huh.
just gonna grab it. Grab
Yeah.
the bag of toys that's being offered to you.
Sure.
Cool.
And he will look at them, and he might clock that they're having a little bit of trouble. He goes, "You want me to hold on to that for you until you're ready to go home?"
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
As the bag is steadily slipping, it's slipping. It's
You
small.
could see Brewery. You could see Brewery. There's like a frantic nodding of yes, please let them take it. Let them take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I check the
So
microphone again? Because Xorblee did say yes, you could take it.
I will say you guys can you've rolled some nat 20s on the microphone. You've figured out the settings that you need to do for this microphone now. And yeah, Larry, you are no longer about to drop your bag of candy and
Yeah.
have to hoover over it like like a like a Larry Jr. Roomba. Um, and yeah, and the owl ushers an owl ushers you out from backstage, and you are once again in the open area, and the owl says, remember, young, it's time for young ones to go home and get to bed. We don't want anyone to get to stay up too far late past their bedtime. And
I want
you
all
know,
of the I want all of the children to just like simultaneously yawn at that being said. Just three very sleepy yawns.
yeah,
Xorblee deadpanning, really wanting to hang out for the grown-up part of the party, but she has to just make sure everyone gets home.
yeah. I think
Uh,
because there are three very small yawns, I think that you can hear Larry Senior through the torso. That seems to be where most of the sound has been emanating from. You
Mm-hmm.
can hear a slightly staticky, amplified noise of at least three little yawns.
Mm-hmm.
Hate that I almost yawned just then. I'm
oh
not even that
man.
tired.
Xorblee, however, still full of energy. She's like, "Oh man, that was great. It was an honor to do that with you, Mister Larry, sir." He doesn't know how formal he should be here. Part of him is like still going for like the super fan persona, so that's also part of it because he
And
doesn't
he's just
realize that
like,
Larry's
"Oh,
caught on yet.
yeah, no problem. I'm glad you had fun. Um, you know, I'm just trying to help out with he like trails off like he at first he was like, "Ah, the little people," and he's like, "That sounds so pretentious if you don't have the context of knowing what's in there." He's like, I'm just trying to help out a fan, which is what you are. Um, you want me to
Dumb
walk
question.
you
Can I roll
back?
it? Can I roll insight on that?
Yeah, go for it.
That's
You
a high
think?
insight.
The
Yeah.
16.
You think
Yeah.
he may have clocked a little bit of what's happening here?
Xorblee, like the others are kind of like they're still probably sleepy, but Xorblee is gone slightly pale. It's like oh, we've been caught. But at the same time, one, it's Larry, so that's probably okay. And two, he didn't really, tell anybody else, so it's probably fine. Secret's safe with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So far, it seems you're the only one who has noticed this. You know what? The rest of the studio adults don't know won't hurt them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right?
Probably.
Right.
Probably fine. Probably
Right.
fine.
Everything's fine.
Don't worry
Everything's
about
fine.
it. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, it's real fun, and I hope you had fun too.
Yeah. It was well, not how I anticipated this Halloween going, but mm,
No one,
it sure made some memories.
yeah,
No one tell Captain.
no one tell Captain.
No one.
You do hear a you do hear a you do hear a tiny voice slightly distant through the receiver. He's like, and we probably shouldn't tell Captain.
There's frantic nodding from Brewery because they have made their way back up to the cockpit. They're like, yeah,
Oh.
probably not.
Xorblee's just like, but keeping up the act so far. He's like, well, I think at this point I've gotta go. So
Okay.
it was great meeting you.
Yeah.
But
You have fun. Take care. Don't make yourself sick with all that candy. Um
don't worry, I have
Is
lots of
Larry
friends
still
to
holding
share
the
it with.
candy?
There he is, the holding
like
candy, yeah.
if they're getting ready to head off, he will hand it to them.
Just
He will and if they are going to be like he will be extremely patient with however long it takes for the arms to take their candy.
Oh, Zorba's just like, yeah,
Furious.
I've got a lot of friends to share with. Don't worry, I won't get sick.
All right.
Furious scuttling back down to the hand.
Hey, are we gonna do another shoulder check? Are you gonna
Yeah.
Shoulder check. 11.
11? Um it takes a little bit and there's a funky sound. And yeah, don't worry about it. Um, it
That's
takes a
probably
little bit.
fine.
There's a funky sound. It like goes up in stages, like chunk, 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 ding. um, and the sleeve falls down a little bit. And I think you go to hand it, but it slips.
He will like drape the bag of the candy so it's like hanging over their shoulder.
Oh.
That, or I will also suggest you could also just pour it in.
As
Full the storage.
he takes a second to clock this option, and then there's just like just a deep breath of just like why when did my life become this? How did my life become okay? Just pour in the candy to this mini me full of tiny people who think I'm God.
Pour the candy down the sleeve of your old hoodie on a
Yeah.
map full of a
Oh,
bunch of people.
This is just Larry taking a long, hard look at his life and his choices that have somehow resulted in this.
Deep world weary.
he didn't already have that.
It's deeper, more world
It's deeper.
wearier. It's on a different scale.
Progressively more and more and more.
Bless you, Larry.
I love you, Larry.
Um,
Oh.
y-
We love Larry.
Yeah, and the candy dumps down the down the sleeve, and you can hear it striking, like hitting the pile in the middle and striking what sounds like a
Xorblee's
tin
poor
can.
can.
A tin can.
Poor
um,
can.
um,
We can
We can
pop
just
out the
buff
dust
it out
later. It'll
later.
be fine.
yeah.
Oh man.
And I think you catch a glimpse of like a sleepy looking tiny spider. Um,
Hee
as the arm as the arm slumps back down. Um, and yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I hope you have a good night, and we'll I guess I'll see you in your next movie or whenever. Xorblee doesn't exactly know like when they're gonna see God again, so he's just kind of like uh at this point, like, Xorblee is stumbling over his words by a mixture of Larry already knows, and also he doesn't quite know what to use as an alibi for the situation, so he's just kind of fumbling with his words at this point. It's like, yeah, if we, I mean, I see you again, and I'll be sure to give you a little hello. Hey,
Yeah, do that.
Uh,
And be careful with that hoodie. It not in the best of condition. I'm gonna go. This is have a great night. Don't do drugs. Stay in school. Bye.
I don't even know if we have a school here.
It's the
But
last
either
thing
way,
you, Larry, as you exit stage left, pursued by a bear. The bear is the awkwardness of the situation.
and like Larry Jr. just drives away. Or wait,
Oh,
Magic, what'd you
magic.
roll?
I was rolling intelligence on both of those subjects. Because I
now I'm
really need.
curious.
Drugs
I really.
and school.
Now, granted, Brewery is an intelligence caster, but
Now,
this would
Incredible.
be funny.
hang on.
Oh, okay. Brewery knows what drugs are. Doesn't know what school is.
Listen.
Can we be
I feel
for
like it at
three?
least makes some sense for Croak to know what drugs are because they deal with mushrooms all the time.
I was gonna say, okay. Uh, you, yeah, Scribble doesn't know what drugs are, but knows what a school is. Which
To
tracks
be fair,
because,
yeah, Scribble is the one who writes everything. Scribble is the most academic of the group.
yeah, well, actually, Brewery and Croak have not been in the cult as long, and there was a sort of rudimentary school
Brewery has
going
been
on. But
alive for less than a year. Their birthday is November 1st.
yes,
Uh,
magic
Strength?
sticks. um, yeah, and as Larry Jr. trundles off and
yeah.
Larry exits stage left, pursued by a bear.
Pursued by bear.
I love just the image of like Larry Jr. told Larry, "Oh yes, my parental figure is in the lobby." Proceeds to go the opposite direction of the lobby towards prop storage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get Larry Jr. gets in the elevator and they turn around to face the door, and you just get the ding as the doors close, and thus ends Junior's Halloween adventure. Thank you
Yeah.
Wonderful.
for tuning in, for
Yay.
playing
Good
me,
job.
Yuni, for letting us subject Larry to this new kind of hell.
It just never stops with
It never
this
stops.
crew. It just
It
Yeah.
never
keeps
stops.
happening.
It just keeps happening,
Yeah.
but we're so glad that it continues to happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thank you, the audience, for listening. Thank you, my players, for playing. Special thanks to Snail Toonkind, our beloved. They were supposed to special guest in this episode, but were laid low by the throes of coughing and illness, and graciously let me continue forward with the plans that we had.
Yeah.
So you get trad flavored moves and Thalia and penguins
Yeah,
and
it
whatnot.
was great. It was great.
Glad.
It
Thank you
was
all for
very
joining
good. You
us.
did a good job.
Yep. And say goodbye for the recording.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And yeah, I'm